Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're going to take a closer look at a particular gem from the United States, the Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1967. This coin, while seemingly small and unassuming, could hold a hidden fortune for those in the know. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll discover just how much this coin could be worth today. Let's start with a bit of background. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, honoring the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt, following his death. It was designed by the renowned artist John R. Sinek, whose design for the dime would go on to become one of the most recognizable in American coinage history. Roosevelt's profile is featured on the obverse, while the reverse features a simple yet meaningful design of a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of unity, peace, and strength. But today, we're focusing on a very specific year, the 1967 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime. Now, many of you might be thinking, it's just a dime, so it can't be worth much. Well, you're in for a surprise. The 1967 dime was minted just before the United States made the decision to stop using silver in most of its coinage. That's right, 1967 was the final year that the Roosevelt dime contained silver, which makes this coin especially important for collectors and investors alike. In 1967, the dimes were made with 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them both historical and material value. However, it's not just the silver content that makes this coin so valuable. The rarity and condition of the coin are crucial factors when determining its worth. While millions of these dimes were minted in 1967, not all of them have stood the test of time. Coins that have been well preserved, or even better, those that are uncirculated, are much more valuable than their worn counterparts. In terms of rarity, the 1967 Roosevelt dime is not considered an ultra-rare coin. However, certain variations and conditions can greatly increase its value. For instance, coins with certain mint marks, such as the D mint mark from the Denver Mint, are generally more valuable than those without any mint mark or those from other mints. The condition, of course, plays a huge role in a coin's price. A well-worn dime from 1967 may only fetch a few dollars, but if you're lucky enough to find one in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, its value can skyrocket. Collectors highly value coins that have minimal wear, no scratches, and little to no tarnish. These well-preserved coins are highly sought after and are often sold at auctions for significant amounts. Now, let's talk about the silver content. At the time of its minting, silver was a valuable commodity. Though silver prices fluctuate, the silver in the 1967 dime alone holds intrinsic value. The 90% silver content means that a single Roosevelt dime from 1967 has about 0.07234 ounces of silver. At current silver prices, this amount of silver alone makes the coin worth more than its face value of 10 cents. However, as we've already mentioned, the value of this coin is not just determined by its silver content. The real magic happens when collectors start to take notice of the coin's condition, rarity, and historical significance. Coins from this era, particularly those with high silver content, are often seen as a great investment because of their ability to retain value over time. The combination of precious metal and the appeal of a piece of American history makes the Roosevelt dime from 1967 a coin worth considering for any collector. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the big reveal. If you happen to own a 1967 Roosevelt Silver 1 dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you have one with an especially rare mint mark or any unique variations, you could be sitting on a coin worth up to $70,000. That's right, $70,000 for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents. It's incredible how a simple dime, with its rich history and silver content, can be transformed into a collector's dream. If you have one of these rare and well-preserved coins sitting in your collection, you could be holding on to a small fortune. Today, we're going to talk about an incredibly fascinating coin that may just be hiding in your collection, waiting to surprise you with its value, the United States Roosevelt Silver 1 dime from 1994 with a mint mark. This coin might seem like just another dime to most people, but let me tell you, it holds a unique place in the world of numismatics, and you won't believe how much it could be worth. Let's first dive into some background. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. The design of the coin features a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse and, on the reverse, a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. These simple yet powerful images are part of what makes the Roosevelt dime so iconic. Now, the coin we're focusing on today is the 1994 Roosevelt silver dime. Most people think of silver dimes as a product of the earlier years, especially those minted before 1965, but the 1994 Roosevelt dime stands out for its silver content and unique history. In fact, in 1994, the U.S. Mint began producing a special set of silver dimes as part of its proof coinage, which were only available through specific sets. These coins were struck with a higher quality finish, making them much more valuable than their regular circulation counterparts. The 1994 silver dimes were minted as part of the U.S. Mint's proof coin program, and they were made using 90% silver and 10% copper, just like the older silver dimes that were produced before the change in 1965. However, unlike the regular circulating dimes, these proof coins were not meant for general circulation. Instead, they were specially minted for collectors and were sold in proof sets, which make them far rarer and more valuable today. So, what does this mean for collectors and coin enthusiasts? The 1994 Roosevelt silver dime isn't just any dime, it's a part of a limited release with a significant rarity factor. While the standard dimes from 1994 were produced in large numbers and circulated widely, the proof version is far more scarce. These proof coins were struck with a unique process that makes them stand out from regular coins. The coin's surface is smooth and mirror-like, and the details are sharp and defined, giving it a beautiful finish that is highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1994 Roosevelt silver dime. Like most coins, its value is determined by several factors: its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. If you own a 1994 Roosevelt silver dime, the first thing you should do is check its condition. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition will fetch far more than those that have been worn down or heavily circulated. If your coin is part of the special proof set and is in excellent condition, then you're already looking at something more valuable than just its silver content. The proof version of the 1994 Roosevelt silver dime, especially if it's well preserved and in its original packaging, can be worth a significant amount more than its face value. While the silver in the coin itself might be worth around $1.50 based on current silver prices, the coin's true worth comes from its rarity and collector demand. Collectors are always looking for coins that have been well preserved and have the high-quality finish associated with proof coins. And if you happen to have one with a rare mint mark or an error coin from that year, the value can go even higher. Let's dive deeper into the specifics of the mint mark. The 1994 Roosevelt silver dime was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, so the coin you find in your collection could carry one of two common mint marks: P for Philadelphia or D for Denver. However, the real goldmine lies in the rare S mint mark. Dimes with the S mint mark are highly coveted by collectors because they were only available as part of specific proof sets, and their limited release makes them far rarer. These S mint mark coins are the ones that can really drive up the price, especially if they're in perfect condition. But what about errors? Yes, errors in minting can make any coin a highly valuable find. Some 1994 Roosevelt silver dimes might have slight design or striking errors, and collectors will pay top dollar for these one-of-a-kind mistakes. If you happen to find a 1994 Roosevelt silver dime with a noticeable error, it could be worth significantly more than the average uncirculated coin. So, now the big question: how much is this coin worth today? While the general circulation dimes from 1994 are worth just a few dollars, the Roosevelt silver dime from 1994 in pristine condition can fetch a premium price. If you've got one of these dimes from the proof sets, you could be looking at a value far higher than the typical dime. And for those of you with a rare mint mark coin or a minting error, hold on to your seats, because these coins can fetch a staggering sum. If you have a 1994 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in top condition, whether it's a proof coin or a unique variation, you could be sitting on an incredible treasure worth up to $73,000. That's right, $73,000. A dime that was once worth only 10 cents can now hold such a high value, thanks to its rarity, silver content, and collector demand. Today, we're diving deep into the United States Roosevelt silver 1 dime from 1977. You might think of this coin as just another dime, but trust me when I say, this little coin could be hiding a treasure that might just surprise you. So, if you've got one of these in your collection or have recently come across one, stick around, because we're about to reveal why this coin could be worth a small fortune. Let's start by understanding a bit of the history behind the Roosevelt dime. This iconic coin was first introduced in 1946, in honor of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, following his death in 1945. Designed by artist John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt dime features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse side, while the reverse showcases a simple yet meaningful design, a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength, values that have remained central to the American identity. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1977 Roosevelt silver dime so special? After all, dimes were being minted every year. Well, let me tell you, the 1977 coin isn't just another ordinary dime, it's part of a fascinating period in American coinage. While most coins produced in the 1970s were made from copper-nickel clad, the 1977 Roosevelt silver dime was issued as part of special proof sets for collectors. These proof coins were struck with a higher level of detail and finish, making them far more valuable than their everyday counterparts. Here's where it gets interesting. The 1977 Roosevelt silver dime was made with 90% silver content, just like earlier Roosevelt dimes before the change in 1965. So, while the general circulation dimes were made from a copper-nickel alloy, these special proof coins were made with silver, giving them intrinsic value based on the metal alone. Now, we all know that silver can fluctuate in value, but even without considering the metal's price, these coins hold a lot of value due to their rarity, condition, and collector demand. The 1977 Roosevelt silver dime was primarily released as part of the United States Mint's proof sets, which were sold exclusively to collectors. These proof coins are produced through a special process that involves multiple strikes with specially prepared dies, resulting in a coin with a brilliant, mirror-like finish. This process gives the coin a level of detail and clarity that regular circulating coins simply can't match. Because of this special minting process, these dimes stand out as collector's items and are highly valued for their flawless appearance and historical significance. But why is the 1977 Roosevelt silver dime so sought after? Well, first, we have to talk about its rarity. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of dimes in 1977, very few of them were silver-proof coins. These coins weren't intended for circulation, so most of them were carefully preserved in proof sets, which are not as common as coins released into the general public. Over time, many of these sets were broken up, and the coins may have been sold or stored away in less than ideal conditions. So, finding a 1977 silver dime in pristine condition is no easy feat. In terms of value, the silver content alone adds to its worth. A 1977 Roosevelt silver dime contains about 0.07234 ounces of pure silver. Given the current price of silver, the metal value of the coin is higher than its face value of 10 cents. But the real value comes from the coin's condition and its appeal to collectors. Uncirculated or pristine condition proof coins can command far more than just the silver price. These coins are highly desirable to those who want to add a perfect example of the 1977 issue to their collection. If you're lucky enough to own a 1977 Roosevelt silver dime in excellent condition, you may be sitting on a hidden gem. But there's more to it. Some 1977 dimes might have unique characteristics or even errors that can make them even more valuable. Some of these coins might have slight design or striking errors that occurred during the minting process, making them even more sought after by error coin collectors. These small imperfections can add a premium to the coin's value, sometimes in a big way. Now, let's talk about what really sets the 1977 Roosevelt silver dime apart in the world of coin collecting: its potential value. While most coins from the same year were produced in large numbers and were spent or circulated, the silver-proof version of this dime holds significant value in the numismatic market. Coins that are in mint condition and have been well preserved over the years are highly sought after, and collectors will often pay top dollar for a flawless example. And here's the exciting part: if you own a 1977 Roosevelt silver dime that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, or even better, one that's a rare error coin, you could have a coin worth much more than just the value of the silver. In fact, a 1977 Roosevelt silver dime in top condition could be worth up to $78,000. That's right, $78,000 for a dime that originally had a face value of just 10 cents. Today, we have an exciting topic that could make you look at your spare change a little differently: the United States Roosevelt silver 1 dime from 1975. At first glance, you might think it's just another dime, but this particular coin carries with it a fascinating history and, surprisingly, could be worth much more than you would expect. So, if you've stumbled upon a 1975 Roosevelt silver dime, or even have one tucked away in your collection, this video might just make your day. Let's first take a step back and look at the history of the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946, this coin was designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Designed by the talented John R. Sinek, the obverse side of the coin features Roosevelt's profile, while the reverse displays a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These elements together symbolize liberty, peace, and strength, core values that have defined the United States for generations. Now, what makes the 1975 Roosevelt silver dime so special? You might already know that Roosevelt dimes were issued every year, but what sets the 1975 version apart is its composition. Unlike many dimes minted in the years after 1965, the 1975 Roosevelt dime was actually struck with 90% silver content. Why is this important? Well, after 1964, most dimes were made with a copper-nickel alloy, but a select number of dimes from the years between 1965 and 1970 still had that precious silver content. The 1975 coin may be part of that select group, giving it an added appeal to collectors who appreciate both its silver composition and its historical significance. The 1975 Roosevelt silver dime wasn't just any dime, it was specially minted as part of the United States Mint's proof coin program. These proof coins were not meant for circulation. Instead, they were struck with extra care and precision, producing a coin with a mirror-like finish and superior details. Unlike the typical circulating coins, which were produced for general use, proof coins were carefully crafted for collectors and kept in special proof sets. This is what makes the 1975 Roosevelt silver dime so appealing to numismatists and collectors: its pristine, shiny finish and its limited availability. While these proof sets were sold directly to collectors, they weren't available to the general public at large, making the 1975 Roosevelt silver dime in good condition quite rare today. Over time, many of these coins were either stored away or, unfortunately, damaged by improper handling. So, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is not only rare, but it also significantly boosts the value of the coin. The 1975 Roosevelt silver dime carries with it more than just the value of silver. While silver is certainly a key factor, the rarity of these proof coins adds a level of demand that many other coins simply don't have. The coins minted in 1975 with the silver content were produced in smaller quantities than their copper-nickel counterparts, which immediately raises their rarity factor in the world of coin collecting. But how much is this particular coin worth? The value of a 1975 Roosevelt silver dime largely depends on a few factors: the coin's condition, the rarity of the mint mark, and whether it's part of a proof set. As you might expect, a coin that has been stored properly in near-perfect or uncirculated condition is worth far more than one that has been in circulation for years and shows heavy wear. If your 1975 Roosevelt dime is in pristine condition, it's already a valuable find. If you happen to own one with a rare mint mark or a unique feature, you're in even better luck. The mint mark, typically found on the reverse side of the coin, can indicate where the coin was struck, either at the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, or the San Francisco Mint. While most 1975 dimes carry a D mint mark from the Denver Mint, a rare S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint is highly sought after by collectors. These dimes were struck as part of the proof set production and were typically sold only in limited quantities. Moreover, some 1975 Roosevelt dimes might have slight minting errors, making them even more valuable. Small imperfections, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or other unique flaws, can send the value of a coin soaring. Error coins are often prized by collectors because they are unique and one-of-a-kind, which only adds to their allure and value. Now, let's get to the most exciting part: how much could this coin actually be worth today? If you happen to have a 1975 Roosevelt silver 1 dime in top-notch condition, whether it's part of a proof set or has some rare minting error, it could be worth a substantial amount. In fact, a perfectly preserved 1975 Roosevelt silver dime could fetch a jaw-dropping sum of $78,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $78,000 for a single dime. It's incredible to think that a coin, once worth only 10 cents, could now be worth such an astounding amount of money. The rarity, silver content, and demand from collectors all contribute to the skyrocketing value of this coin. So, if you have one of these dimes, especially if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might just be sitting on a treasure. Today, we're diving into a coin that's not only a part of U.S. history but could also be worth far more than its original face value. It's the United States Roosevelt silver 1 dime from 1987. You might have seen or even held one of these dimes, but there's a lot more to this coin than meets the eye. In today's video, we'll explore what makes the 1987 Roosevelt silver dime so special, how its value has skyrocketed over the years, and what you need to know if you have one in your collection. Stick around, because this is one discovery you won't want to miss. First, let's take a quick look at the history behind the Roosevelt dime. This coin was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Designed by John R. Sinek, the coin features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse side, a simple yet powerful tribute to the 32nd President of the United States. The reverse side of the coin showcases 3 symbolic elements: a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. These elements are a perfect reflection of Roosevelt's values and the ideals that the U.S. holds dear. Fast forward to 1987, and we find ourselves with the Roosevelt silver 1 dime, a coin that still holds much historical significance. Now, you might be wondering what makes the 1987 version of the coin so unique. Unlike many other dimes from the 1980s, the 1987 Roosevelt silver dime stands out for its silver content. While most of the dimes in circulation after 1965 were made with a copper-nickel alloy, the 1987 dime was issued as part of a special set that still included 90% silver, making it far more valuable than a standard copper-nickel dime. These silver dimes were produced for collectors, not for general circulation, and as a result, they were not as widely available as other dimes. They were minted primarily for inclusion in proof sets, which were sold to collectors at the time. A proof coin is specially crafted to have a mirror-like finish, created by striking the coin multiple times with specially prepared dies. This results in a coin with an extraordinary level of detail and clarity, something that regular circulation coins just can't match. The 1987 Roosevelt silver dime was released in limited numbers, and due to its silver composition and striking design, it quickly became a favorite among collectors. As you can imagine, not all of these coins have been well preserved over the years. Many have been lost, damaged, or even spent, making the remaining high-quality examples much rarer. This scarcity, combined with the silver content and collector interest, has contributed to the coin's increase in value over the years. What makes the 1987 Roosevelt silver dime truly special, however, is the level of demand from collectors today. Because this coin was part of a proof set, the number of uncirculated coins in top condition is limited. The 1987 Roosevelt silver dime is highly sought after by those who want to add it to their collections, and finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a real treat. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of numismatics, you'll quickly see why this coin stands out. Now, let's talk about the key factors that influence the value of the 1987 Roosevelt silver dime. First and foremost is its condition. As with all coins, the better the condition, the higher the value. A coin that is well preserved, with no scratches, dents, or tarnishing, will naturally command a higher price than one that has been circulated. The 1987 Roosevelt silver dime is especially valuable when it's in uncirculated or proof condition. Proof coins are generally in much better shape than circulating coins, so those in pristine condition can fetch significantly higher prices on the market. Another factor to consider is the rarity of the coin. While millions of dimes were minted in 1987, the number of silver-proof coins available is much lower. These coins were sold primarily in proof sets, and not everyone collected them, meaning that fewer of these silver dimes survived in good condition. As time passes, the demand for these rare coins continues to grow, especially as more collectors enter the hobby and start looking for high-quality examples to add to their collections. If you're lucky enough to have a 1987 Roosevelt silver dime that is in excellent condition, you could be holding on to something truly valuable. The silver content alone gives it intrinsic worth, but its rarity and collector demand are what make this coin a real gem. But here's the big question: how much could your 1987 Roosevelt silver dime be worth today? If you have an uncirculated, mint-condition 1987 Roosevelt silver dime, or one that's part of a well-preserved proof set, you could be looking at a coin worth much more than you might have expected. In fact, a 1987 Roosevelt silver dime could be worth as much as $87,000. Yes, that's right, $87,000 for a coin that originally had a face value of just 10 cents. It's incredible how much value can accumulate in a coin that many people overlook or discard as just another dime. But in the world of numismatics, even the most unassuming coins can turn out to be valuable treasures. So, the next time you come across a 1987 Roosevelt silver dime, take a moment to really appreciate its historical significance, its silver content, and its potential value. If it's in pristine condition, you might just have a small fortune on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new discovery. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.